Now, it's very popular to say that you need to immerse yourself in English if you ever want to reach the advanced levels of English. But realistically speaking, most of you guys watching can't just get up and go live in London, England, or New York in America and some English speaking region if you don't currently live in one. But in my opinion, I would say living abroad is actually overrated. The secret isn't trying to have more time to learn English. The secret is what you do with your spare time in order to learn English. In this video, I'll show you the most important aspects that you need to implement into your daily routine when it comes to learning English and seeing real results. Now, first of all, it's important that you understand that learning English is actually less time consuming, or it can be less time consuming than you think it is. From my experience and the experience of many other language learners, I can tell you right now with conviction that 1 hour of focused studying in the language that you're trying to learn is way more effective than 4 hours of passive studying. And then, of course, depending on the level that you're currently at when it comes to the English language, that will also determine what you should be doing on a daily basis when it comes to improving your English skills. Now, for most of you watching this video, you're probably at one of the intermediate levels of English, being B1 or B2. And for you, you can probably understand English pretty well, especially if you can understand most or everything that I'm saying in this video. But you most likely need to work on your application skills, which involve speaking, writing, typing, and texting. And of course, it's pretty much impossible to consider yourself an advanced English learner if you don't have good application skills. I'm going to give you 3 tips for your daily routine in English, and then I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises you can use today to actually start getting results. The first tip and the first thing that you need to really understand is that going abroad or having English immersion by living in an English speaking region is not nearly enough by itself to get you real results. If you're from, let's say, France or Spain or Japan, and then you decide to go to New York City so that you can learn English through being immersed with English people all around you, it will not mean anything. You will not actually improve and see results unless you're actually actively studying at the same time that you have the immersion. Somebody who actively studies and actively practices their application skills in English from Japan, from China, from France, from Spain, from anywhere in the world is going to see results way faster, like a lot faster than someone who has English immersion in an English speaking region, but only tries to practice passively, just hopes that it just washes over, but they're not actually taking the tangible steps every day to improve their application skills, being speaking, writing, typing, and texting. And don't get it twisted. Immersion can help, okay? It can be a plus. It can be a bonus. It's not a bad thing to have. I'm just saying that you could easily have immersion and not practice speaking or not practice writing, typing, and texting. It's very easy to have immersion and have English all around you, but still not practice your speaking skills because it feels too unnatural for you or it feels too awkward for you at a particular stage. So the moral of the story is with immersion or without immersion, you need to practice your speaking skills if you want to become a better speaker in English. It may seem obvious, but a lot of you guys do not do it nearly as much as you think you do. And the second tip is make everything personal. Make everything as personal as possible and make it as relevant as possible to your particular lifestyle. And it's going to be much more memorable and much more easy to memorize. This helped me a ton when I had to learn the French language. And that was just trying to personalize everything to the conversations that I would most likely need to have in the French language. Very easy methods you could use to make things personal would be just doing things such as labeling all of the objects in the rooms that you're in on a daily basis. So this could be your bedroom, you're there on a daily basis, your kitchen, your apartment, the house that you live in, wherever it is. Think about all of the places that you encounter every single day and then be able to label everything around you. By associating imagery with objects, essentially in English, it's just going to help you think in English a lot better and not translate to your native language, which is a natural reflex, unfortunately, for a lot of you. When it comes to making expressions and phrases in English more memorable, simply reference experiences that you actually have in real life using certain expressions or hearing other people use those expressions towards you. If I had to break it down very simply, and I've said this before in other videos too, for those of you who are watching again, you'll remember about 80% or more of all of the things that you physically do and physically experience, but you might only remember around 20% of all of the things that you passively read or you passively listen to. And this comes down to the last tip, which is a hard pill to swallow for some of you, but it's just reality. It's just this is how the real world works. And that is that most likely when you come across the English speaking world, you are going to need to know how to navigate your way through many different accents of the English language. You're going to need to learn how to communicate with people who have an Indian accent when they speak English, a Chinese accent when they speak English, a British accent, an American accent. You're going to have to deal with all sorts of different accents when it comes to English because English is just the most universal language around the world as of today. Yes, you should focus on one accent that you plan to use the most when you communicate in English. If you mostly communicate with British people, you can learn a British accent. If you mostly communicate with Americans, you can learn an American accent. But when it comes to understanding accents, you will need to know how to understand all of the accents to a certain degree in the English language if you want to become fully fluent. Now, I'll give you 3 very simple drills you can actually apply to your daily routine when it comes to learning English if you want to see real results. And this doesn't have to take a lot of time. This could literally take 15 minutes every day, 30 minutes every day, 1 hour every day. Personally, I would recommend studying for 1 to 2 focused hours per day if you want to see results faster. However, if you're really busy, you could even do less than that and still see results over just a slightly longer period of time. The first drill involves micro reading. Now, all this involves is when you wake up in the morning and you check your phone, try to read something in English, whether it's an article in English, whether it's a social media post that's in English. Try to read something. It could even just be very short in English. The most important part about this drill is actually reading aloud and training your mouth to pronounce the words out loud in English. This is one of the easiest ways to train your mouth to make English sounds and to actually practice your pronunciation effortlessly because all of the text is right there for you to read. And the reason why this works is because you're actually training your mouth to physically speak in English and physically get repetitions making these unnatural sounds, which will eventually become natural if you do this on a daily basis. The second drill comes down to simply just actively listening, but there's a huge trap that you need to avoid, and that's what we would call the background noise trap. This is an extremely common mistake made by intermediate learners in English, and even I made this same mistake too when I had to learn the French language. And that mistake is simply just passively listening to English in the background, passively listening to English media on the TV, passively having an English podcast or English music playing in the background, and then actually believing that that is going to somehow improve your English skills. I can save you a ton of time and tell you right now that it will not magically wash over and improve your English skills if you just listen to a ton of media. You really will need to actively listen and then actually apply what you listen to if you actually want to see results with your English level. You could literally listen to English media for 20 hours straight, and you would make way more progress just by listening to English media for 10 minutes a day and then practicing your application skills afterwards, just speaking about the video you watched or typing, texting, or writing about the video that you just watched. So, especially when it comes to active listening, this is a quality over quantity type of drill. And honestly, if you don't have a ton of time, it's very easy to do. You can just pull up your phone anywhere you are, or play it in your car, or on your computer, or on your TV, and just play short form videos on YouTube, or short videos in general on YouTube. And then you can literally just summarize or express what you thought about the video that you just listened to. In order to express a full opinion about a video, it requires you to actively listen to what is being said and what's going on. Literally, by doing this for 5 minutes to 1 hour per day is better than just passively listening to English in the background for 20 hours or more every day. And the main reason why active listening works is because it simply forces you to understand more nuances and fine details when it comes to English expression and the differences between synonymous English words or sort of synonymous English expressions. And this leads to the final drill. And this drill alone is probably what took me from the intermediate levels of French to the advanced levels of French. And that is conversations with yourself. So, this is exactly what it sounds like. This is just you having conversations with yourself about literally any topic, but it works better if you talk about topics that are really relevant to your life and that are very relevant to conversations that you will most likely have in English. When I did this, I simply just did it at any point throughout the day where I had a bit of downtime. So, it could be first thing in the morning when you wake up. It could be the last thing you do before you go to bed. It could be when you're in the shower. Anytime you have alone to just speak out loud to yourself, you can just use this downtime to practice expressing yourself in the language you're trying to learn. And then, of course, the reason why this works is because you're actually practicing and simulating real life conversations that you're most likely going to have in the near future. So if I've practiced how a conversation will go about 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 times, it's going to be so natural when I come into the real life interaction because I've done it so many times by myself. I practice so much by myself that I'm just well prepared for these real life interactions. But the most important thing about this simple drill is just that you really need to speak aloud. This does not work if you speak in your head and you practice what you're going to say in your head. It really needs to be out loud. You're never going to be able to naturally articulate things in English if you don't practice training your mouth to make the sounds of the English language. So, those are 3 tips and 3 drills that you should implement into your daily routine when it comes to learning English. And of course, more importantly, you need to have a daily routine when it comes to learning English. Do not practice on and off. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. Even if it's minimal, even if it's 5, 10, or 15 minutes per day, make sure you have a routine and you're doing it every day. You need to treat learning English like a lifestyle if you really want to see progressive results over time. Think of it just as brushing your teeth when you wake up in the morning or basic hygiene drills that you do. It's just something that you just need to do. If you can take that mindset and that attitude towards it, then you will definitely see results over time if you just do these exercises and actually put in the work. Now, if you want to find out what your current level of English is, I will leave a link somewhere in the description or the pinned comment below if you want to take a free test to see where your level is at. And if you want to understand the qualities of an advanced English speaker, be sure to watch the next video on the screen.